Hello, everyone. Brandon Boyd here with Wake Up Now. I want to go over the 10 strategies to help fast start your business to take massive action with all new IBOs. So even if you've been in the business for a while, this is going to be worthwhile for you to watch because I think it's important for you to understand that first of all, it is vitally important as a marketer that you get all of your new people off to a fast start because this is going to help them to create some quick success. So that way they kind of have some documentation and confirmation that what they're doing is something that actually really works. And second, you got to keep in mind that you're paid to help others succeed because you're paid on sales volume. And I'll repeat that. You get paid on the accumulation of sales volume as your team grows. So if you ever expect to generate a substantial income by sales taking place in a growing organization, you must take steps to ensure that you create an environment for that growth to actually occur. Again, you got to keep in mind as well, signing someone up and hoping that they will do something is a recipe for failure. Here's why. Because your role, your responsibility as a sponsor and a leader is to provide support for all your new team members. Okay, because there's too many people that get in, they say, hey, look, I closed the deal, it's done. Really, this is actually where the real work starts to begin because you are responsible for your team members, which means that once you sign them up, that's the beginning. That's when you really start working with them, helping them grow and drive depth into their organization. No one else is responsible for them. You are responsible for the people that you sponsor. Another thing is you want to get them making money within a 30 to 90 day period. This is absolutely critical. Here's a reason why. Because we found some stats, and this is, I'm not sure exactly who produced these stats, but essentially it says that if you can get someone making somewhere between 300 to 500 bucks a month in their first few months, I like to say within 30 to 90 days, you're going to keep them. Okay, and I don't think that that applies to everyone, but I think that getting people in the black, which means profitable, is a rather important first step, don't you think? I mean, think about it. If you can get a person to make it so that their monthly fee is taken care of, the likelihood of retaining that person is greatly increased. I mean, they want to see progress. You want them to see progress. You want to see them get it. You want to make it kind of snap for them so they see the bigger picture and they're locked in to the business. You also want to help them save and make between 300 and 500 bucks a month. So between the two, especially in Wake Up Now, you can do that because between saving and making all the way up to founder three, they can make that kind of money and they can do that even within the first month of just saving money alone. And you start them in that process within their first 24 to 48 hours. You got to get those people trained within the first 24, 48 hours of enrolling. This is absolutely critical. I found from doing the business and being around the industry for, I'd say it's been almost 14 years now, is getting the people trained right off the bat is absolutely critical because what happens is that, as I was saying just a little bit ago, is that a person will get in and then it's kind of like, okay, I closed the deal. And so now I don't really have to, they're just going to kind of take off. This is where the people are kind of at the height of their excitement. And so getting them trained on like one or two of their products to get them going and how to do different things with a business is going to be absolutely critical. You want to also make sure that you're not a flaky sponsor. Okay. So you got to show up and do what you say that you're going to do because these people are going to watch you. Okay. You lead, they follow, and then they will lead. Okay. All your reps, brand new people, they're going to see the things that you do. So if you want them to do something, you yourself better be doing it as well because you got to lead by example. Again, they're always going to be watching you. Another thing is you want to make sure that you attend every event. That means regional events, that means national. Be on as many webinars and conference calls as possible. Again, you want to make sure and lead because if they don't see you there and you're just on the sidelines, guess what? They're not going to go to the meetings either. If they say, hey, You go to that regional conference, I'm not going to be able to make it there. I got a fishing trip, or I've got some other things going on. Well, why aren't you going to be there? If you as a leader aren't there, your people aren't going either. Okay? Another thing is don't be hide behind your computer. How many people do we have out there say, "Oh yeah, I'm an internet marketer and I'm going to create, squeeze pages and landing pages and do email campaigns and Facebook." I mean, it's just going to be incredible. Let me tell you something. In 14 years, I've never personally known anybody who built their business behind a computer with squeeze pages that actually retained a high percentage of the people that they brought in. This is a people business. This is a human business. Okay, so what I tell people is combine the both. And in another webinar, I'm going to go over the details of actually how to do it. But keep in mind, again, this is a people business. It's not a computer business. Sure, you can use your computer and Twitter and Facebook yourself into oblivion. But if you can't connect on a one-to-one level with those human beings that are on your team, you're missing the point. And as I was mentioning, I know, and I can look at Wake Up Now, most of the biggest earners in this company and in this profession, I can tell you this, they attend all the events and they all work with their people. Take Darren O'Lyon, for example. Okay. Take Ree Nichols. Take a Mike Ray. Take a Brooke Shireman. Take a Seymour Green or Gerald Wilhite. These people are kneecap to kneecap working with their people. Okay. They don't hide. They help. They reach out. Also, you got to work with those who deserve your time. This is something that Mike Ray talks about a lot in the time I've worked with him. People that deserve your time, not people that need your time. So, what happens when you sponsor someone who says they want to be successful, but maybe their actions show otherwise? You can take kind of, for example, let's say that you just sponsored Bob. Bob says he wants to make 10,000 a month. He's ready. He's serious to move. He's tired of his situation. Because I'm responsible as a sponsor, I'm doing all the things outlined for kind of fast starting the rep. Yet, for whatever reason, I call him ballistic Bob. Bob blows up. He flakes out. What do I do now? Do I chase him? Do I beg? Do I hope and pray? Do I follow up with him to death? On the other hand, I might sponsor someone named Tammy. She's motivated. She's showing up. She's inviting. She's doing all the things that I expect her to do. She is showing up for her actions, and which is showing her true desire, unlike Bob. So this is when you got to make the decision, and this is a tough decision, but one that I think will be made very often as you pursue new growth in your business. And Mike Ray talked about this the other day. Who are you going to spend your time with? You got to spend your time with the Eagles, not the Pigeons. The people who are leading, the people who are at the webinars, the people who are at the conferences, the people that are bringing people to the table. So you're going to work with those through their actions who deserve your time. Let the flakes fall. I mean, if you've done everything you can to help them, but they still do nothing, you got to move on. Okay? Again, this is the quickest, easiest way to determine deserve versus need is through the actions that your people are going to take. And you could say not even just the things that they're saying, because you got to be careful. A lot of people will use words all day long. Oh yeah, I got 10,000 people. I'm bringing them over. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And they're telling you how they're going to be your next mega producer, only to end up they don't even sponsor one person. You got to watch out for those time wasters. Okay. So focus again on those who deserve you because of the actions they take beyond simply just signing up. Just because someone has an ID number and it's in your system, it doesn't mean that they deserve your attentions. I mean, for me, I kind of meet my reps halfway. I help them build, but I'm not ever going to build it for them, ever. I tell people I don't want people in here who just want a spot. Yeah, just give me a spot. And then you call them 3 weeks later and they say, well, hey, how come no one's in my downline yet? I don't go and build people's downlines for them. Okay, TikTok goes the clock. You just sponsor a new rep. Now what? So in the next series that I'm going to go over the specific strategies number 1 through 10, with strategy number 1 being sponsoring is the beginning of the sale. So make sure and tune into that. But I wanted to give you a quick intro on what to expect here and how to take a brand new IBO in your business and give them a fast start to massive action.